more children? Yes. All right. So we will get started. Yeah. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll start with prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya
शलाकया
Jnananjana
येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः।
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
हरे
Rama
राम 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 हरे हरे।
Okay, so we will get started with one. We're going to learn the most important verses of the Bhagavad Gita. We have already done this verse. This is the first verse of Bhagavad Gita. Maybe all of you are there for this verse. Who is not there for this verse when we did it? Maybe Nitya was not here, but I think Nitya already knows the verse. So we'll get started. So I'm going to say each word of this verse, and I would like you to repeat, unmute yourself and repeat after me. Okay? So the first verse, first word here is Dhritarashtra.
धृतराष्ट्र
Dhritarashtra
Uvacha.
उवाच
Uvacha
Dharma.
धर्म
Dharma
Kshetre.
क्षेत्रे
Kshetri
Kurukshetre.
कुरुक्षेत्रे
Kurukshetra
Samaveta.
Samaveta
समवेत
Yuyutsavaha.
युयोत्सवः
Utsavaha
Mamaka.
मामकः
Mamaka
Pandavas.
पाण्डवः
Pandavas
Chaiva
चैव
Kim
किं
Kim
Akurta
Akurvat
अकृता
Sanjaya
Sanjaya.
सञ्जय।
Very good. So this is the first verse of the Bhagavad Gita, and this verse is being spoken by whom to whom? Does anyone remember? Please raise your hand. Anyone remembers who is speaking this verse to whom? Yes, Nitya.
धृतराष्ट्र
Yes, very good. So Dhritarashtra is speaking this verse. And who is he speaking to it to?
सञ्जय
Sanjaya. Yes, his assistant, Sanjaya. So we'll first recite the verse a few times. We will try to remember it as much as we can. This is not the first time we are reciting this verse. So, and then each class we will revise every verse that we have learned in the past. So that way, with repetition, we can somehow memorize. Okay. So let's recite it line by line now. Dhritarashtra Uvacha.
Dhritarashtra
धृतराष्ट्र
Uvacha
उवाच
Okay, one more time. Dhritarashtra Uvacha.
Dhritarashtra
धृतराष्ट्र
Uvacha
उवाच
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre.
Dharmashetri
धर्मक्षेत्रे
Kurukshetri
कुरुक्षेत्रे
Okay, we will recite this first line few times. Okay. Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre.
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे
Kurukshetri
धर्मक्षेत्रे
क्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे
धर्मक्षेत्रे
क्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे
धर्मक्षेत्रे
क्षेत्रे
कुरुक्षेत्रे
कुरुक्षेत्रे
धर्मक्षेत्रे
क्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे
Okay, very nice. So we will go to the second line of this verse. Samaveta Samaveta Yuyutsavaha
समवेताय उत्सवः
Samaveta Yuyutsavaha
समवेताय उत्सवः
Samaveta Yuyutsavaha
समवेताय उत्सवः
Samaveta Yuyutsavaha
समवेताय उत्सवः
Okay, very nice. So you learned the first three lines of this verse, right? So Dritarash, so we'll say the first three lines together now. Okay? And we'll recite it a few times, then go to the next two lines. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha
धृतराष्ट्रोवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे
samaveta
समवेताय उत्सवः
yuyutsavaha धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे
कुरुक्षेत्रे
समवेता युयुत्सवः
धृतराष्ट्रोवाच
धृतराष्ट्रवाच
धर्मक्षेत्रे
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे
कुरुक्षेत्रे
समवेता
समवेताय उत्सवः
युयुत्सवः धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेता युयुत्सवः
धृतराष्ट्रोवाच
उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे
धर्मक्षेत्रे
कुरुक्षेत्रे
कुरुक्षेत्रे
भवेतयुयुत्सवः
समवेताय
Okay, very nice. Now we'll recite the last two lines. Mamaka Pandavashchaiva. Let's
मामका
say
पाण्डवश्चैव
one more time. Mamaka Pandavashchaiva.
मामका पाण्डवश्चैव
Pandavashchaiva. Once more. Mamaka Pandavashchaiva.
मामका पाण्डवश्चैव
Pandavashchaiva. Okay, now we'll see the last line. Kim akurvata Sanjaya.
सञ्जय
Kim akurvata Sanjaya.
अकुर्वत
सञ्जय
सञ्जय
Kim akurvata Sanjaya.
किम् अकुर्वत सञ्जय
Okay, very nice. So we'll recite the whole verse together. Okay. धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किम् अकुर्वत सञ्जय
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतयुत्सवः
मामका
मामकपाण्डवश्चैव
किम् अकुर्वत सञ्जय
सञ्जय
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच
उवाच
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किं कुर्वत सञ्जय
धृतराष्ट्र
धृतराष्ट्रोवाच
उवाच तन्मध्यते
धर्मक्षेत्रे
कुरुक्षेत्रे
कुरुक्षेत्रे
समवेतयुत्सवः
समवेतायुत्सवः
मामका
मामकपाण्डवश्चैव
पाण्डवाश्चैव
किं
पाण्डवैव
कुर्वत
किम्
सञ्जय
अकुर्वत सञ्जय
Okay, we'll say three more times and we'll say it all together. Okay, let's say one, two, three. Let's start. Dhritarashtravacha dharmakshitra
Kurukshetre
samavetayotsavaha
Samavetayotsavaha
mamaka
Deva
Pandavascheva
Kema
pandavata
Kirmavata
sanjaya
Sanjaya
Dhritarashtra uvacha
Acha
Dharma
dharmakshitra
Kshetre
kurukshetre
Kurukshetre
Samavetayotsavaha
Samavetayotsavaha Mama
Mamaka
Pandavascheva
Pandavascheva Kirmavata
Kevakuvatasandhya
Sanjaya
Rashtra
Dhritarashtravacha
Uvacha
dharmakshitra
Kurukshetre
samavetayotsavaha
Mamaka
Pandavasya
Yammakuvata Sanjaya
Okay, very nice. Thank you everyone for reciting. We would like some children to recite this verse with looking. If you don't remember it, you can. If you remember it, you can recite without looking also. Who would like to try first? You can look also, no problem.
Can I try?
Yes, I see Nimai's hand is up. Go ahead, Nimai.
Vacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Mamaka Pandavascheva Kirmakurvata Sanjaya.
Okay, thank you. Who wants to go next? You can read, no problem. Ansh, you wanted to go before?
Okay. Dhritarashtra Vacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samavetayotsavaha Mamaka Pandavascheva Kema Kurvata Sanjaya.
Okay, very nice. So it's not necessary to rush through the shloka. You can sing it in a meter also, slowly. So anyone else wants to go? Satya, you want to go? You can read, no problem.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmasetri Kurasretri Samavetayotsavaha Mamaka Pandavascheva Kirmakurvata Sanjaya.
Very nice. Good job, Satya. Wonderful. Rohanika and yes, please go ahead and read it.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmakshetri Kurukshetri Samavetayotsavaha Mamaka Pandavascheva Kema Kurvata Sanjaya.
Okay, thank you. Nitya, do you want to try? Is Nitya available?
Yes, she can have.
Yes, Nitya.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmakshetri Kurukshetri
Samaveta.
Samaveta Savaha Mamaka Pandavas Jaiva Kim Akurvaka Sanjana.
Sanjaya.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Nitya. Very nice. Nandika and Nandini, do you want to give it a shot? No, no problem. No problem.
Network.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Dhritarashtravaj Dharmasetre Kurukshetre Samaveda Yuyutsava Mamaka Pandavas Saive Kim Akrut
Akurvata.
Vaha Sanjaya.
Thank you. Thank you for trying. That's wonderful. And Anmay, you want to give this a shot? Do you want to read this?
No thanks.
Not right now? No problem. Ahan,
No thanks.
not right now? No problem. Shlok,
Hey, come here.
go ahead, Shlok. Hare Krishna. I can't hear you. So, all right. So whoever don't have their videos on, it would be nice to get to know you, nice to see you, so we can see each other and get to know each other by face also. So, so synonyms, we'll go to the word for word meaning. Dhritarashtra, so you can repeat each word after me. Dhritarashtra uvacha. Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha.
King Dhritarashtra said,
King Dhritarashtra said,
Dharma kshetre,
Dharmakshetra,
in the place of pilgrimage,
in the place of pilgrimage,
Kurukshetre,
Kurukshetra,
in the place named Kurukshetra,
in the place named Kurukshetra,
Samaveta
Samaveta,
assembled to Yutsavaha,
Yudsamava,
desiring to fight
desiring to fight
Mamaka,
Mamaka,
my party or sons,
my party, or son,
Pandava,
Pandava,
the sons of Pandu,
sons of Pandu,
Cha
Cha,
and
and
Eva,
Eva,
certainly,
certainly,
Kim,
Kim,
what,
what,
Akurvata,
Akurvata,
did they do,
did
Sanjaya,
Sanjaya,
Sanjaya.
Oh, Sanjaya.
Sanjaya.
Okay, so we'll read the translation. I would like some volunteers who'd like to read the translation. Satya, yes, go ahead, Satya.
Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do?
My sons and the sons of Pandu.
Okay, anybody else would like to also read? Okay, Nitya, go ahead.
Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do?
Okay, wonderful. Anyone else wants to go ahead? Nima, yes.
Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do?
Okay, very nice. Who else wants to go? Ruhanika wants to go? Aradhya and Ruhanika? Okay, you can read together.
Rashtra said, O Sanjana, after my sons and the sons of Padu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do?
Okay, that's very nice. So we are going to talk about this. Komal, did you also want to read the translation?
Yeah. Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the son of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do?
Okay, thank you. So we are going to learn a little bit about this verse, what it means, and why it's the first verse of the Bhagavad Gita. So this verse is spoken by King Dhritarashtra. King Dhritarashtra was blind. He had two more brothers, Pandu and Vidura, were his other brothers. So Dhritarashtra was a blind king, and he had how many sons? Who remembers? How many sons did Dhritarashtra have? Yes, Ruhanika and Aradhya.
100.
100, yeah. He had 100 sons. And who was the eldest of all his 100 sons? Who remembers his name? Duryodhan, right? Eldest is Duryodhan. And the sons of Pandu. Pandu is his brother. So Pandu became the king of the Kuru dynasty because he was not blind. Even though he was the second, he was the younger brother, he became the king. And how many sons did Pandu have? Yes, Anmay. Anmay, you want to tell us how many sons Pandu had? We can't hear you. 5. Okay, that's very good. Who can name the 5 sons of Pandu? Okay, Ansh, you can name one.
Arjun,
Okay, who else? Yes, Nimai. You can name another.
Nakul.
Okay. Who else had their hand up? There were 5 brothers, right? We named 2. Who was the eldest? So it was, we'll go by order from eldest to youngest. Yes,
Yudhishthir.
yes. Yudhishthir was the eldest. Then Bhima was second to him, younger than him. Then Arjuna, Nakul, and then Sahadev.
Sahadev.
So these were the 5 Pandavas, and they were very good boys. They were very well behaved, very respectful to their elders. They had a lot of good qualities in them. So they were 5 brothers, the Pandus, and the 100 sons of Dhritarashtra, headed by Duryodhan. And they were supposed to be very evil, actually. They weren't very kind people. They were very disrespectful to others, and they were very envious of their cousins, the 5 Pandavas. So, so they did a lot of bad things before this war, Mahabharat war started. They did a lot of wrong things to to their brothers. They tried to kill them in many ways. They took away their kingdom. They tried to poison them. They tried to burn their house. The 100 sons, right? Headed by Duryodhan. Is this very nice things to do? No, it's not nice to hurt others, right? If you are kings and if you are the sons of kings, it is your duty to continue to let other kings also rule their piece of land, especially if they're your family members. So, so they weren't very nice. They were actually very evil, very cruel to their brothers, the Pandavas. So, unfortunately, because they tried to hurt them in so many ways and they did not want to come to peace, they did not want to make friends with them, they had to go to war because you need very good rulers in the kingdom, right? The ruler of the kingdom, the ruler of a country should be very, very well behaved in order to have dharma in the whole kingdom so that there is good uh, people in the kingdom. There are no wars, murders, all these crimes don't keep happening. So you need very good rulers. So if the rulers themselves are not good, then it is not very good for the kingdom. The kingdom will go topsy turvy, right? Lot of crimes, lot of war. So, so it's very important to have good rulers. And that's why the Pandavas, headed by Yudhishthir Maharaj, they were it was important for them to become rulers because they were very well behaved, very good people, and they were followers of dharma, of religious principles, and they were protectors of religious principles. So we need rulers who are actual protectors of the religious principles. So Dhritarashtra, he really wanted the kingdom, but because he was blind, he could not rule the kingdom. But he was placed as the temporary king after Pandu died, the father of the five Pandavas. After he died, he was placed as the temporary king. And Sanjaya was his assistant, his secretary. And Sanjaya had the special power of, he was blessed by Vyasdev, and he had the special power in which he could see what was happening on the battlefield, and he could narrate, he could share what was going on there with Dhritarashtra, because Dhritarashtra was not on the battlefield. Dhritarashtra was in his home, in the king, in his palace, basically. And Sanjay, his assistant, was there with him. And because Dhritarashtra really wanted to know what was going on, he was very fearful, actually. Kurukshetra is a very holy place. And in holy place, there is a lot of positive influence, right? And if the sons of the Pandavas are very holy people, are very religious people, then the influence of the holy place will favor their victory. So Dhritarashtra, the father of the Kurus, the 100 Kurus, he was very fearful that what happened, oh Sanjaya. He was very eager to know, he was very fearful to know that what happened when his sons and the sons of Pandu came together in this holy place, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, desiring to fight. Yuyutsavaha. You've heard of Jujutsu, right? It's a martial art, just like karate, just like taekwondo. Jujutsu is a martial art. So this word, jujutsu, it's been derived from this Sanskrit word, yuyutsavaha. So desiring to fight. So yuyutsavaha, that these, two armies have come in Kurukshetra to fight. Please tell me, Sanjaya, what happened next? So this is the eagerness of Dhritarashtra to know what will happen, who will win the war, is what Dhritarashtra really wants to know. And he knows in his heart, actually, the Pandavas will win the war because they're very holy people. They are guided by Krishna, by God Himself, and they are guided by the influence of the holy place of Kurukshetra. So that is what it is about the first verse of the Bhagavad Gita. So, like this, we will learn. We will, one second, let me just exit the screen. Yeah. So, like this, we're going to be learning one verse each class, and we're going to be revising the previous verse. So that way, you are going to be learning about, the key verses from the Bhagavad Gita, which you can apply to your life, which you can, take home with you. So, who has heard about the Dasha Avatar? We're going to be talking about the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu today. We're going to be talking about the first avatar actually today. So, who knows what the Dasha avatar? Anybody? So, there are, yes, Ansh, you want to share something?
No.
Okay. So there are 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu and Matsya. Actually, there are unlimited avatars. Unlimited avatars, that's what our scripture says, that there are unlimited avatars of Lord Vishnu, just like there are number of waves in the ocean. Can you count the number of waves in the ocean? No, you can't, right? So similarly, there are as many number of waves in the ocean, that many avatars of Lord Vishnu there are. But there are 10 most important avatars that we should know about and that are very famous actually. So the first one that we're going to learn about is Matsya Avatar, the fish incarnation of the Lord. So, so why would the Lord come as a fish, right? So we are going to sing this famous song. Okay, it's a little tough to sing because the words are a little long, but we're going to try somehow and sing this. So just follow me, okay? Unmute yourself and follow me. I'll sing the first line and you can follow after me. Pralayapayoti karchiditvanasi vedam vihitavahitra केशवधृतानि शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे. Okay, so we are going to have all of you repeat if you can. Okay. प्रलयपयोधिजले धृतमानसि वेदम्
प्रलयपयोधिजले धृतवानसि वेदम्
हितवहित्रचरित्रमखेदम् केशवधिर्तामीनशरीरा
केशवध्रियतामीन शरीरा
जय जगदीश हरे
जय
जय जगदीश हरे जय जय.
जगदीश रे.
Okay, thank you. So, who would like to read the translation of any hands up? Let me see. Yes, I can see Satya's hand is up. Okay, Satya, go ahead and read.
O Kesava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a fish, all glories to you. You easily acted as a boat in the form of a giant fish just to give protection to the Vedas, which had become immersed in the turbulent sea of devastation.
Very nice. Thank you. Any other volunteers? Anybody else wants to read this?
Do you want to, Anna? You can come here and raise your hand.
No.
Okay. Yes, Anmay, you want to read? Go ahead.
Put on your hand.
Sava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hare, who
Little louder. Can't
assumed
hear
the
you too
form
much.
of a fish. All glories to you. You easily acted as a boat in the form of a giant fish, just to give protection to the Vedas, who had become immersed in the turbulent sea of devastation.
Thank you. That's wonderful, actually. Thank you so much for reading. Now we're going to actually look at a comic. So, we're going to hear about why Lord Vishnu appeared on the earth as as a fish, right? Now, a fish is not even an animal, right? It's an aquatic. It lives in the water and it's considered a very insignificant entity, right? Nobody really pays attention to fishes, right? It's not so impressive. So, but actually, the Lord is so loving that he comes to this earth himself and he takes the form of an animal or even a human being to have loving exchanges with his devotees. Also comes to kill the demons. So he comes for two reasons. One is to protect his devotees, and two, he comes to kill the demons. So, two reasons why the Lord comes all the way to protect his devotees, to have loving exchanges with his devotees, and to also kill the demons. So, we can see here that so once what happened, there's a story. The story is there in the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. There was a king called Satyavrat. So this is a king. He was a very devoted king. He was very he was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. He was performing austerities. He was sitting at the bank of the river and he was fasting and he was doing a lot of religious activities at the bank of the river. And once, as he was offering oblations or he was offering, the river, back to the river, there was a fish that came in the palm of his hands, as you can see in the picture. And this fish told him, and he actually put the fish back in the water. So the fish actually said that please protect me, please don't put me in this water where there are other sharks and big animals that will eat me up. So Satyavrat Muni said, because he was such a kind and loving person, he said, okay, so he took him with him and he put him in a pot. And just overnight, this fish grew bigger. His
What?
size grew much bigger. Okay. And then what happened? He said that, oh, I'm not fitting in this little pot anymore. So the king, Satyavrat, he put this fish in a big vessel, in a big container like this. But then again, this fish became bigger and bigger. And he took him from the container and he put him in a well. And again, the fish grew in size. And from the well, he was put into a pond. And then from a pond, he was put into a lake. And from the lake, he was put into the river. But he kept growing in size. So this fish was very special. He could grow very fast. And he also had a horn. He was called a one-horned fish. So finally, he became so big that King Satyavrat had to put him in the ocean. So he put this big fish in the ocean. And he thought to himself that I have never seen a fish like this, which grows so fast in like overnight that I have to take him from a water pot to the ocean, right? So he said that this is definitely not an ordinary fish. This is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu himself. And he prayed to the fish. And then Lord Vishnu appears from the body of this fish. And he tells Satyavrat Muni that actually, Satyavrat Muni, I am so pleased with you, that you performed all these wonderful devotional activities, all these austerities, that now I have appeared to protect you. In 7 days from now, there's going to be a destruction. So every few yoga cycles, there is something called pralay. Have you heard of this word pralay before? No. So pralay means there is a destruction of the entire universe. And then a new universe comes, a new yoga comes. So he said that I'm going to protect you from this big destruction where the whole universe floods, the whole earth floods, and it's raining like anything, like torrential rains are falling, and the floods come, and actually the whole earth becomes submerged in these floods. So so he said that I'm going to protect you from this. So, in 7 days from now, you will see that there will be a boat which will arrive to your shore, and you will see that there will be seven rishis or seven sages sitting on this boat, and and then I will also arrive. I will also come in the form of a fish, and I will carry this boat safely to the next yoga cycle, to the next span of time, basically. The end of one timeline to the next. So when the waters go away, I will take you, uh, the rishis, the seven rishis, and everyone safely to the shore. So Satyavrat Muni said, "Thank you, my lord." And the lord disappeared. The fish, the big fish that the Lord had become, went back into the water. And just like the Lord had predicted, in 7 days, a boat arrived. So this is Satyavrat Muni. He's waiting at the bank, and a boat has arrived. And this boat has all the great sages in it. The seven sages are sitting in the boat. The boat also has the Vedas. So the Vedas are, the books, the very important books that are available to us today. In those days, there were no books. In those days, the Vedas were remembered by year. So people would memorize the Vedas. Imagine memorizing so many books and books of knowledge. But people were so intelligent back in Satya Yoga that they were able to do that. So the Vedas were in sound form, not in book form, in sound form, and they were remembered by these great sages. So finally, this boat, Satyavrat Muni sees that this boat is coming, and on the boat are seated seven sages, just like the Lord had described. This is exactly the same. Wow. So the boat is arriving, and Satyavrat Muni then sees a golden fish. So you see this picture? A golden fish with, and this fish has been described to be 8 million miles long. Can you imagine 8 million miles? So this fish was supposed, but he had one horn. He was a one-horned fish, and he was none other than the Supreme Lord Vishnu himself. So he carried these seven sages on the boat, just like this. And you see the waters, these are the waters of destruction. So the Lord came to protect his devotees, he came to protect the Vedas, the spiritual knowledge, the knowledge which is glorifying the Lord, the Vedas, which is in the sound form, which is in the hearts and in the minds of all these sages. And also they tried to save some trees, they tried to save some herbs. They collected all these things, they put it on the boat, And because the waters were so high, it was such a really bad flood that the Lord, in the form of a fish, was able to carry this boat. And you know what was the rope? Who was the rope? The rope of this fish and the boat was a serpent, a snake, and the snake's name was Vasuki. So Vasuki is a very famous snake. You will hear about the snake coming in future stories also. So Vasuki was the rope, and Vasuki is the one that attached the boat to the horn of the Lord as a fish. And the Lord safely carried, you can see this picture, how the Lord safely carried the sages along with King Satyavrat and the boat. He's carrying the boat along the waters of destruction. And there are also trees and herbs that have been carried to the next yuga. So there's another nice story. So actually, the fish incarnation, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, comes twice, not once, twice. So Matsya Avatar arrives twice, and there's another time when the fish incarnation. So once he arrives at the time of Chakshusha Manu, and the other time, so Manus are rulers, rulers of the universe. And we're talking about the just like we have days, months, weeks in the human lifetime. So similarly, in the lifetime of the demigods, you have larger days and larger weeks and larger months. So they have something called, so we have 12 months in a year. They have 14 manvantars, 1 4. So, so these, so he came one more time. This fish incarnation came at another time in the rule of another Manu. And at that time, there's a story that there was Lord Brahma. Okay, Lord Brahma, he was taking a nap. And because Lord Brahma, he received the Vedas directly from Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna directly told the Vedas from his flute. It went as a sound and it entered the ears and the heart of Lord Brahma. So, Brahma is the first person to be born in this material universe. And Brahma, so he had all these Vedas which he had just learned from Krishna, right? And he was taking a nap once. And as he was taking a nap and as he was snoring, all the Vedas were coming from his mouth. They were coming out. So basically, the Vedas back in the day were all in the form of sound vibration, right? Only sound. So, so this sound vibration, a demon suddenly appeared, and this demon's name was Hayagriva. So Hayagriva is also a name of Vishnu in a different story, but in this story, the demon Hayagriva came and he stole all the Vedas. So demons actually tend to misuse knowledge because they are very envious. The reason why they're demons is because they have one quality which is not very good, which is envy. Is it good to be envious? Is it good to be envious? No. Is it a good quality to be envious, to be jealous of someone? No, it's not good, right? So these demons in general, and this particular demon, his name was Hayagriva. He had the one second. Yeah, so the demon is on the bottom right here, and he lived in the bottom of the ocean. Actually, that's where he lived. And this demon came and he stole the Vedas. And it is very dangerous when spiritual knowledge goes in the hands of envious people. So the Lord had to come, and that's when he came and he killed this demon, Hayagriva. And he saved the Vedas, and the Vedas were given back to Lord Brahma. So it's very important that we develop good qualities and we learn the Vedas at the same time. Because if we are, having the good qualities and if we learn the scriptures, we can deliver it to the others, to deliver it to other people. We can give it to others in its unaltered state, in its unchanged state. So that's the story of Matsya Avatar. Who liked the story? I liked it. Yes, thank you. So I would like everyone to unmute themselves and share one thing that you liked about the story, about today's class. Like to start. Nitya? Yes, Nitya.
I liked about the fish part.
You like the story about the fish incarnation? Very nice. Yes, Ruhanika and Ananya.
The shloka.
You like the shloka? Good. Okay, who else? Anmay, do you want to share what was your favorite part about the class?
Nothing.
Nothing, no problem. Rohan, yes, Rohanika Radhya, one of your hands are up. What did you like? The story?
Yes.
You like the story? That's nice. Okay, and then Satya, you want to tell us what you like? What was your favorite part about the class?
Nothing.
The story?
No, nothing.
Nothing? Okay, no problem. Nandika, Nandini, do you want to share what you like? No. Okay, Nimai, you want to share?
I like the story about, well,
Matsya?
yeah, much.
Yes. Okay. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. We will end today's class with a little prayer. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Okay, thank you everyone for joining. We'll meet next week. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.